that was the running thing in NXT was like him announcing War Games. Like he had such a way of announcing it. It's like, oh, we're gonna hear it. He said it. That type of thing.
After the match, the Judgment Day attack Styles and then feed him to Solo for absolutely no reason. So now, Balor, Priest, Solo, Jimmy, War Games.
Against two.
Well, that's for them to fucking figure out. Owen, Zayn, of course. Maybe Cody. And then Styles.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm more thinking they keep it to Raw.
Okay.
But it could go either way. Like maybe they do want to get Bloodline in the like official Bloodline on one side, and then yeah, and then everybody else who's been forever feuding with the Bloodline and the Judgment Day. I guess what we can both agree on with how much they're Judgment Daying these shows. It's hard to see them not in War Games.
Right. That's the only thing that makes sense with them feeding AJ to Solo. Like, why else would they do that? Unless they're going to form some sort of temporary alliance. And that's why I asked about Survivor Series. I thought that was later. So I'm like, well, how the hell are they going to milk that? But if it's just around the corner, that makes sense to me. In fact, you can do AJ Styles and Roman and then just have the OC. It won't be a very good match. But OC and Owens and Zayn versus Balor, Priest, Jimmy, and Solo. Both factions or something form an alliance.
Yeah, get another temporary alliance.
Yeah. You have two temporary alliances, two factions coming together to kill the other factions.
But where that won't make sense, though, is because Rhea Ripley just said she's tired of everybody talking about the Bloodline. The Judgment Day is the most dominant faction.
Well, then they turned on the Bloodline after the match.
War Games.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I just thought out there.
Yeah, that's what immediately popped into my head when I saw Priest throw Styles in the ring. I don't know who they'd be wrestling as far as on the face side, but Balor, Priest, and Solo and Jimmy. Because I see Dom doing mascot stuff with Ripley. I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't really... Have they teased the women's side of War Games? No, I don't think they will either. If they do War Games for the women, they're just going to throw names out there. So you're going to have Damage Control.
Just like they did last year.
Yeah, you're going to have Damage Control and some other people. But I saw this one statement online. They were saying maybe they haven't announced War Games because, you know, William Regal, he had that little compete thing when he left AEW where he couldn't be on TV for like a year.
Yeah.
Which is around the time that is expired. So maybe they're holding off on War Games so that, you know, they get all the faction and then William Regal can come out and says, War Games.
Okay.
That was the running thing in NXT was like him announcing War Games in his, like he had such a way of announcing it. It's like, oh, we're gonna hear it. He said it. That type of thing.
Okay.
So maybe that's why they're not announcing it yet, because they're waiting for that so he can come out and get the War Games pop for announcing it. We're gearing into the fastest time in wrestling.
Yeah.
Building up to the Super Bowl, which is WrestleMania.
Of course.